Good afternoon, YouTube. My name is Matthew, and this is my amazing girlfriend, Ayana.
Welcome back to the channel. We're back again to do some repottings of all the plants that we've been picking up within the last week or two. So let's get started because we have a lot of plants. I think it's about 13, so let's get started. So the first one, I guess we'll just do this arrowhead. I'm just gonna put it in this 4-inch pot. So I use a simple mix when it comes to repotting plants. Basically just do 50% soil and 50% perlite. That way I'd make things easy. Also don't have to buy a lot of materials. I definitely need a smaller scooper. I always see a lot of people like using like spoons or like little scoopers, and I might invest in something like that. Actually, let's just do this. But yeah, I do love syngoniums. I just love aroids in general. They're like one of my favorite genuses of plants. I love syngoniums, monsteras, philodendrons, but I have been increasing my syngonium collection. I found a lot of like my wish list plants from Steve's Leaves. Now, Steve's Leaves doesn't always have plants in stock, but I signed up for the notification, and it was so weird. All 3 of my syngoniums came in stock, like one right after the other. So I was like buying the plant, and then I saw that the other one was in stock, so then I went back and bought another plant, and then the last one got in stock, and then I just bought that one. And I had to email the lady Kim and ask her if she could combine shipping, so that way, you know, I wouldn't be paying, because his shipping's like $8.99, you know, so I was like, I don't want to pay $8.99 3 times. But she was able to combine it. They have really good customer service. So the second plant I'm doing is the Hoya Crimson Queen. Plant that came all the way from Hawaii. This soil mix will be really good for Hoyas. That way they don't, you know, get overwatered. I usually don't water my Hoyas that often anyway. I wait till, you know, the leaves get a little wrinkly, and that's when I water them. But I don't have a lot of Hoyas either. I'm definitely not a Hoya head, but I do have a couple Hoyas. What are you doing?
Look at it, it's so root bound.
Oh, jeez. Alright, so that's the Hoya.
Put some dirt in that one for me.
Alright, so the second one we're doing is the Queen Pothos. And this is one of the plants that we got from Old Country Gardens.
Go check that video out if you haven't already.
Yeah, that one was a good video. We were like so nervous to go in there. We saw all those people. And the line was so long. Like, I've never seen the line that long before.
That's the longest we've ever been in a line to get a plant.
Yeah, I've never like waited in such a long line to buy plants. And as well as when we first got there, like there was like no parking. We had to wait for someone else to like come out.
Plus side though, we were in line so long that we got some perlite and an extra bag of soil for our plants.
Because I wasn't intending to buy soil there. I was gonna get soil from. I was gonna get Miracle Grow, from like Lowe's or Home Depot, but the price. It was like $2 price difference, so I just ended up getting that.
Well, we end up getting black and gold organic.
Yeah, we got black gold, which I do like black gold. There was a point in time where I didn't like Miracle Grow because I thought, it had, caused extra fungus gnats, but I mean, I feel like you get fungus gnats regardless if you, keep your plants moist.
Which one is that going into?
I'm gonna put it in this green one.
The green one.
So now I'm going to pot up my Silver Glory string of hearts. I'm so nervous. My dog is over here farting. He's so disgusting.
Got it, babe.
I usually don't repot my strings of hearts, but this one has so many roots that were exposed that I was nervous. And I feel like my string of hearts grow pretty well for me. I do keep them in I have a northwest facing window, and I feel like they grow pretty well over there. But
I found an efficient way for extracting the plants. Look at that.
alright, so
Oh.
alright, so that's the string of hearts glory. I'm not going to really show you, so I don't want to tip all the soil out. Alright, so the next one we're doing is a golden pothos. Geez, this is root bound too. You think I should probably put this in a 6-inch?
Do you want to grab a 6-inch really quick?
Yeah, it's that one right there. That's all by itself. I was gonna stick this in a 4-inch pot, but look at the roots are already winding around. So we won't do that because then I'll just have to repot it again. I just realized that I came to this apartment with a ton of pots, and ever since quarantine,
They're all pretty much filled now.
yeah, they're pretty much all taken, and realized that I'm gonna quite possibly have to buy some more pots. Because I do have more plants coming. Most of them will be, already potted, like the ones from Steve's Leaves. But I find that a lot of the plants that I get from Steve's Leaves come with roots coming out of the bottom. So I usually end up having to repot those, anyway.
She's been ordering plants and hiding them from me.
I don't have to hide them.
Like, ladies, do any of you sneak in plants past your significant others? If so, leave a comment. That way I know I'm not the only one.
I feel like if any of you guys go on Instagram and see those memes where the person's like dun, 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 like that's like me, but not really because I don't really sneak until he's like, I'm seeing a little bit more plants than usual. Then I'm like, I'm caught. Alright, we're gonna use this to put this on.
Sometimes she leaves evidence. She leaves the boxes out.
Because I don't hide. I mean, sometimes I Alright, this is the Letriana. really tall plant.
The one that was supposed to be small, but
I got tricked.
we got a dinosaur-sized plant.
You ever like just like order a plant, like you're like, oh, I'm gonna get a baby size, that way it won't be that bad. Yeah, because the guy, like if I were to show you guys like the picture of the posting, like the way he took the picture, he took it like, what's it, aerial?
Yeah.
So the plant looked a lot smaller.
Bird's eye view.
Yeah. So when the bag came, or the box got here, I was like, why is the box so big? Like, the plant should not be that big. And then we opened it, and I was like, oh. I got plant fished. But, you know, we'll make do. We'll just have a expanding jungle, which I don't mind, because we just watched The Lion King yesterday, and I was like, that's what I want. He was like, what did you say? I was like,
I can't even remember.
oh
So
man,
tired.
I was like, that's what I like. And he said something, I was like, really? He killed my vibes. We're just gonna move this one over. Alright, so we're doing a rubber tree, burgundy rubber tree from the plant farm. Like I said in my previous videos, I've ordered from this seller a bunch of times, and I usually have really good customer service. I usually don't order from places where I've had a bad experience, which would kind of be common sense, although if you live with my grandma, she would always say, you know, give a person 2 times, you know, to try it 2 times. But, you know, sometimes you just have that experience where you're like, I'm never, ever ordering from that place again. But I usually have a good experience from the plant farm. I feel like I should do a video on, like, where I order my plants from, and just so you guys can have some more shops where you can buy plants from and expand your jungle like me. Alright, so this one is my neon pothos. Also from why am I blanking?
We got that from
Old Country Gardens. And this plant was like so root bound. I wanted a small one just because, you know, I wasn't ready to just be getting everything all in 6-inch pots. And the 6-inch one was like $17. So I was looking for a 4-inch pot, and I found this one. And this one, like, the roots were like really hanging out the bottom of the pot. So technically this ended up being a 6-inch pot anyway. And it was like half the price. So I got a 6-inch plant for half the price. So that was crazy. Because I had one in my Etsy cart, and it definitely wasn't going to be as cheap or as full as this one was. So I was happy that I saw this one. What did you do?
Got dirt on myself.
I'm glad he didn't break my plant.
You know, your plant just spit dirt all over me.
Alright, so that is the neon pothos. Looking bushy and full as ever. That's so cute. I love like neon plants in terracotta. I love all plants in terracotta, let's be honest. All my plants are pretty much in terracotta. I don't really like decorative pots. Like, I like them at, at the stores, and I like them in other people's collection. But I like pretty much stick with terracotta because I like all my things to look uniform. But right now, repotting I believe this is the pearls and jade. I do have the enjoy on the way. He should really not even be surprised at this point. It's funny because like he periodically checks my Etsy cart. And he's just like looking to see like what's in my cart. And sometimes he like buys me plants from my Etsy cart too. So really, he's an enabler.
What?
You have that like one person is like, you don't need that, and then they're like, oh, I got you something. Yeah.
I have no clue what she's talking about. Don't believe her, y'all.
That's how that goes. Alright, these pothos are definitely going to be snug in these containers. And I had this one sitting in my macrame, and I don't think it's going to be able to go back in there. But that's how that one looks. Nice and full and bushy. I'm going to have to set it this way so this side fills out. Right. So the next plant is the Aglaonema. This one I need to knock the soil off of this plant because they potted this in pure peat. So it is like, it is like soaked. And like if you have ever like, oh no, it's one of those ones where it's in the, how am I gonna get it has a, see, this is what Lowe's and Home Depot do. They like, I don't know if you can see that, but their plants are still in the net pots. So now I'm gonna have to try to figure out how to get this out of the net without damaging the roots. Because the roots are growing outside of the net, which drives me nuts that they do that. Oh, and I think there's a couple in here. This is another reason why I usually don't get Aglaonemas from big box stores. Like, why would you do that?
Oh, I have an idea.
Wait. Oh, okay. Alright, so this one didn't have the net on there. Oh, wait. No. The roots are connected. But for some reason, they put the net, like the net is on the root.
I did it.
It was sitting on the root. And there's another one. See, there's two nets. So now we're going to have to try to figure out how to get this one off. We might have to cut it off.
Yeah, let me slide and shimmy it like I did the other one. You just have to grab the root and slide it out.
It's not going to slide off. That one's like actually in the root. Alright, let's see. Oh, I think I cut a root. Oh, I did. Oh, it was just the tip.
You fed me soil too.
Alright, let's snip another piece. Wait, let me snip it. I feel like Lowe's and Home Depot are the only store that like keep these little nets in there. Alright. Doesn't look too bad. At least the roots look really good. Now we can repot. Yeah, but I definitely don't like to keep my aglaonemas in such a moist soil because they really don't like to be watered that often. And these have some massive roots. The plants that we have left. We might have to make more soil. Have you guys been doing any plant shopping? I've been doing like the majority of my shopping online. But, you know, I did have to get out of the house, which is how I got these aglaonemas. But yeah, I've been buying tons of plants online. I haven't really been buying anything else. Like, I think I've been buying more plants than anything. I haven't even really been buying groceries lately.
And if you guys have checked out any cool looking plants over the period of this quarantine, or any plants in general, just comment picture and for some information on said plant, and we'll see if it's something we might want to add to the wish list.
Yeah, what have you guys bought? Then definitely interested to see what's on you guys' wish list. Although I don't really need any more plants on my wish list. Like, my wish list is so long that I have a wish list for this year and next year. Because it's ridiculous.
She might kill me, but I'm going to be honest with you guys and say that no matter what, that wish list always grows. We've already completed it a couple times.
Yeah. Do you guys, like, make wish lists and then you, like, cross off the plants, but then you're, like, always adding another plant? I like, to be honest, I should not even have a wish list, like, because I'm always adding more plants. So it's like the wish list never gets completed. It's like one of those never-ending task things. I don't know. I feel like if I was like a type A person, like I would be bothered by the fact that my list never gets completed. I don't know. Do you guys keep wish lists? I might stop keeping the wish list. But if I'm honest, I like the satisfaction of being able to cross off plants, so that could be why I do have the wish list. Alright, so here is the marble Queen Pothos. If any of you guys are wondering, I got all my pothos from Old Country Gardens, which was the last video that we recorded and uploaded. Old Country Gardens is like one of our few nurseries, and they have like really good, I don't know, like their plants are different. They don't always have like the same thing, and they don't like get like rare plants, but they do have like good plants. And they're like reasonably priced. Like, did you think they were like good prices?
I think Old Country Gardens has amazing prices.
And I just like to stroll in there too, because they have more things than just like plants. Like, you could like get terrariums. Like, you could make like terrariums and stuff
This
there.
thing is sopping wet.
I know, that's why I wanted to repot them, because they're in peat. He's talking about the other Aglaonema that I got. It's also in pure peat
And has those stupid catches on them.
and has those nets.
Any other guys out there getting their hands into some soil with their significant others?
I told him, I was like, there's a couple channels where there's like, you know, couples doing planty stuff together, but usually it's, you know, it's not a lot of couples out there.
I mean, I don't mind it. I like this, but I want to see how many other people doing it. Ooh.
Ew, this thing is wetter than the other one.
It's a little slimy at the bottom.
Ew, this is disgusting. Oh my god, I hope there's no slugs in there.
Yeah, let me deal with this one.
Was there another one? Is that the last one?
This is the last one.
Oh, we're at the home. I don't like repotting my plants. Like, I like repotting my plants, but I don't like repotting them as soon as I get them. Like, I like for them to, like, acclimate, which is way different from last year, because last year I was like, these need to be repot ASAP, but, you know, I'm just taking a different approach this year. But a lot of the plants that I've gotten this year have actually needed to be repot, like, right after, because their roots are so crazy.
No slugs, just sopping wet.
I don't do slugs. When I saw that slug, if you saw the plant farm unboxing, I didn't notice that there was a slug in that plant because the leaves looked perfect. I went to go check on the plant like 2 or 3 days after, and I noticed that the leaves were like nibbled on. Like, it was like a lot of leaves. So I was like, what is happening? Like, when I first unboxed it, it was like perfect. And then I saw the slug just chilling there, munching on the leaves. So I put that plant out on the patio, and it stayed there for like, it pretty much stayed there for like a week, because I was not dealing. And I reached out to the seller and did all that stuff. So he sent me out a replacement, but I don't do slugs. I was gonna have him help me and, try to take the slug out and everything, but
You might need to clip those. I can't really get my hands in there anymore.
Okay, so we're gonna have to cut these nets out. Why do people do this?
I got fed of dirt again.
So let's see. Like, I feel like this plant was just like a bunch of plugs. Because that's usually what the growers do is they put these like growthy plants in these little net pots and stuff. But usually they do it in like little peat pods. Because the peat, like, it's just like another form of soil. But I've never seen so many growers use the plastic ones and just keep them in there until I started getting plants from big box stores. So there's the first one. And this one, they just kept all of theirs in the net pots, and then they put them all together. So let's cut this one off. I'm surprised these plants like grow through these things, but I don't know why I'm surprised, because you see plants like growing through the sidewalk and stuff, and they, outside. Okay, there's the second one. I'm just glad that the roots look so good with all this moisture. Alright, last one. I thought like for aglionemas that you would want to pot them in like a well draining soil. So I'm surprised that they potted these in pure peat. And this one's not funny. Let's see if it'll come off. There we go. Alright, I'm just trying to get off as much peat as possible. And let's do this. Do you guys have a favorite like kind of plant that you guys buy? I just feel like I buy a lot of aeroids. And I didn't even know that aglionemas were aeroids until I watched one of Summer Rain's videos, and she said that, you know, aglionemas were like, I guess in the same like classification. And I was like, that like makes sense, because I really do like aglionemas, even though they grow like super slow. But I was like, that makes sense of why I like it, because aeroids are my favorite. But, you know, it's good to have like some plants that grow slow. That way, like, your whole collection isn't like just booming out of control.
That's usually what happens when we put our plants outside.
Yeah, speaking of that, like, do you guys like put your plants outside for the summer? Like, I'm like really debating if I should put my plants outside, because otherwise, like, I'm gonna have to get some grow lights, because with like all the plants that I'm ordering, I just want to like make sure that all my plants get enough light, because I only have like, I have mostly east facing windows, and I have one northwest, so it's not like I get a lot of light. So if I don't put my plants outside, I just feel like I'm gonna have to get some grow lights. So just wondering what you guys do, because I feel like I'm gonna have to get grow lights anyway, like come fall or winter, so I should just get them now. But I don't know. I like put my plants outside because they do really well. Like, especially like my monsteras. Like, if you see like some of the leaves on my monsteras, you'd be like, how'd you get your leaves so big? And it's because I put them outside. But you know, the boyfriend doesn't really like when I put the plants outside, because he's like, you know, they get big.
They do.
And then it's like, and then he has to help me move them because they're so big. Like, my Monstera deliciosa is in a 20-inch pot right now, and I just like cannot repot it anymore. Like, I know they do have a couple pots that are bigger than 20 inches, but we've like repotted it like what, 3 times together already?
4.
And it's just so heavy. Like, I cannot keep making that thing. I can't. So if it gets any bigger, like, it's just gonna have to stay in that 20-inch size, because I physically cannot, you know, pick that thing up. But you guys will see when you see my plant tour. And the crazy thing is, I've taken like multiple snippings of it. Like, I've, you know, trimmed it back, like, you know, like the bad leaves or whatever. I've never like chopped it because I'm afraid. Like, thinking about it makes me nauseous, but I've definitely trimmed the bad leaves off. But yeah, those are all the plants that we had to repot today. It didn't take us long.
No, not long at all.
That's because he wanted to get things done. But I'm glad he was here to help me. You should see, like, this is all the peat that was in those aglaonulas. That's disgusting. That's why their plants are always overwatered and limp.
We'll put those outside in the mulch bed, the soil. No?
My neighbors are probably like, I live in a kind of strict apartment complex, and I'm not trying to get fined, because everything you do, you get fined. If you read the contract, it's like, this fine, this fine, this fine. And it's just like, yeah, we're not taking no chances. But yeah, so thanks for hanging out with us. Definitely have more plants coming. I got multiple notifications, shipping notifications, let me know that more plants is on the way. I informed the boyfriend that green spaces will be here shortly. So you guys will get to see my green spaces order. I'm so nervous. Like, I'm so nervous. Like, I kind of want to, like, hurl. I'm so nervous because I haven't ordered, like, really overseas like that since my new Life Tropicals order, which didn't really go too well. But then, again, it was kind of my fault because I ordered, during the winter. But I'm kind of nervous.
I wish you guys could see her cart, and I wish I could just see you guys' facial expressions so that I know I'm not the only one here.
Oh my goodness. So I sometimes, okay, so this video is getting really long, but do you guys like ever have that dream where like if someone like gave you like $1,000 or like more than $1,000 that you just like buy all the plants on your list? I had that dream last night, and I kind of felt that it was real. That I almost like did it in real life, just like bought all the plants on my list and then just like took a hiatus. But then the same part of me tells me that, that's kind of crazy. Sometimes, look at, sometimes I think about doing that, just like, just taking some money and buying all the plants, and then, you just be chilling in the jungle. I'm gonna sign off now.
Have a great day, guys.
We'll see you guys in the house plant tour. I'm pretty sure that'll be the next video that you see from us. So, yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe, and have a great day.